Ancestral Quest is one of the earliest Windows type programs for tree building, and we are looking at version 16, which is the latest version. Now, you do require a license to use Ancestral Quest. If you don't have a license, it puts you into basic mode. That's not a problem for, I don't think it's a problem for what we're going to be trying to do today. What I'm going to do is File, New, and give it a name, ABC. I don't care what the name is right now. I'm going to create that. Okay. I'm going to close the other one. And let's see where I import a GEDCOM from. Go down here. Usually it's under the File menu somewhere. Import. And it is assuming GED. What other? Yeah. It's assuming a GEDCOM, so I'm going to select the same one. Okay, so add a source to all individuals and marriages about it being the GEDCOM. Include listing file data and notes. Don't care about that. Do I want to import notes? Yes. Scrapbook items? No. Research to-do items? No. Reuse deleted records. I have no idea what that means, and I did not have a chance to look it up. But I assume that it's if you have a deleted record in your database already and the GEDCOM references that record, it may undelete that, or it may restore it instead of creating a new one. And custom conversion of place names. Handling of place names is another option several of the programs offer, and it's such that I may have Boston, Massachusetts, and it may want to expand that to Boston, Suffolk County, Massachusetts, United States of America, and that may be real desirable, but I'm not going to worry about that. So we'll just do an import. Okay, now it's downloaded 127 and then it's paused. Ancestral Quest has detected all capital names in my GEDCOM file. And I talked about that last week. In a lot of older programs, putting the surname in all caps was a standard. Now, most programs leave it to your discretion. I personally don't like it that way, so I'm going to let Ancestral Quest correct it and put it in mixed case. You don't have to. If that's what you prefer, that's fine. Okay, you currently have a setting to automatically merge citations. This import has added a large number of citations. This could take a long time. Are you sure you want to merge duplicate citations now? I'm going to say no, because I don't know exactly how much time it will take. And the pop-up indicates that it imported 3,173 individuals and 886 marriages. Any warnings and errors incurred during the import process have been placed in a separate listing file. Hopefully we can get access to that pretty quickly. And if you select the option to include these in notes, some of these will have been placed in the notes of the individuals imported. To me, that's a handy option. Okay, and this is the pop-up of the log. They give you a nice summary at the top. 3173, yep. 886, yep. 627, yep. And 4 repositories, yep. And it tells me that I had 123 errors. Now, it had a slightly different problem in that, so the very first error, text string truncated. The original string, let me see how far out this will go and still show up on the screen. Yeah, it's not going to wrap. If I scroll over here, you'll see that there's some sort of article identifying field here, and it ends in 0.3266, and that was too many characters for the database field that Ancestral Quest is storing this in, and so they lopped off, they put 326 and they just lopped off what was at the end of the field. So Don't care about that, but that's something to keep in mind. Some of the older programs may have database fields where they store the data in less generous database definitions. So I had a lot of truncation. Looks like mostly from mynewspaper.com. Here's one: unexpected tag source in an individual record. Why would that be? Here, and this is from my mother-in-law, there was a source record included at the highest level, which this particular database, by the way, comes from a GEDCOM that I started in 1995 in Family Origins. And then I imported it into Family Tree Maker when Broderbund owned it. And then I don't remember if I started all over again with Roots Magic or if I imported it and just cleaned up. So I may have some junk along the way that got imported into Family Tree Maker. That's how Ancestral Quest handles an import. All in all, did a good job. You now can see that some of these programs handle records that they don't recognize differently. Ancestral Quest truncated long fields. Other databases haven't complained about long fields. It'd be interesting to see if they just didn't warn us, or if they handled them just fine by having a slightly larger database, which is, I assume, what they did.